Just have to start by the energy in the ballpark tonight was awesome. And certainly, we haven't been on Sunday Night Baseball here in Seattle in 20-some years. But our guys showed up to that great effort, fun ball game. Certainly, like I said, a lot of excitement in the ballpark, just a great vibe. And, credit to our players. We had a great series. We caught the Mets on the back end of a long road trip on the West Coast, and you got to take advantage of that. We certainly have been on the back end of long trips on the East Coast. So, again, every night I start with our pitching, and then the Rock was awesome. And, when that shadow starts creeping across the middle of that field here later in the season, it's really tough. It's tough to see. And when you got the kind of movement that Luis Castillo has with his pitches, it can be really devastating. I thought he threw the ball great. They had some traffic against him, but he made pitches to get out of it. He gave up the one run, the only run we surrendered in this series, which is remarkable to do that against a pretty good offensive club. Offensively for us, obviously, Cal, huge day. 3 hits, the 2 bombs. I think Polo looks outstanding right now. He's doing things in the batter's box we haven't seen him do all year. Taking the ball, hitting the ball like he did for the home run early in the game, getting a couple hits after that. Great to see. I'm very curious to what happened in the Victor Robles interview. I have heard nothing but bits and pieces about that. So, again, fun day for our guys. Our guys are enjoying it, having a good time, and they should. We're playing good baseball, and with the off day, we head over to Detroit, and certainly that series with them didn't go well last time, so we need to pick it up there. But I'm excited about where we're at. It was also good to get Julio back in there, and it wasn't a great day for him, but you got to start somewhere. You got to get back in there, and then he'll be just fine. He'll pick up the timing, and he'll be good for us on this road trip. So I'll take any questions.
Scott, do you think you guys talked about earning it? You think you earned a return trip to Seattle? I mean, ESPN, should they want to come back? They scored 12 runs, showcased your pitching. Perfect day. I mean, do they want to come back?
Yeah, I'd like to see them back deep in the playoffs. How's that? Yeah, that would be great. But you got to earn it. And our guys played really good baseball. Again, since we made the acquisitions there before the trade deadline, there's just a different vibe in our clubhouse. There's a much more confident feel amongst our group, even on the nights where we don't ultimately get it done and get the win. It's just a different feel with where we're at right now, and that is a credit to our players, not just the guys that we acquired, but the guys that have been here all year. They're playing, they're going about it a little bit differently, and again, overall, it's just a very confident group right now.
Scott, you mentioned it. You held the team to 1 run over 3 games, and I mean, even then, it was kind of popped a home run down the line. How hard is that in a Major League Baseball? I mean, they're real hitters over there. It's not like it's Lindor, it's Alonso. There's real guys over there.
Yeah, they are. They're established guys that have long-term contracts, have done a lot of things in this league to earn those contracts. But it's a credit to our pitching and being aggressive, being on the attack, getting your secondary pitches in play, not getting in bad counts. All those things have to add up. And on top of that, you got to play outstanding defense. And I thought we did an awesome job defensively today. Even the ball that Randy dove for and caught in left center field, huge play in the game. And our defense was right on point. When you have pitchers that are working that quickly and throwing that many strikes, your defense is always on their toes, and our guys played awesome defense here all weekend.
Scott, I talked to Polo on the field afterwards, and he said he really liked how they're passing the baton in the lineup, and you've talked about that quite a bit. That's what you strive to do. But when and how have you seen the trust build in doing that?
Well, I think it's when you don't feel like you have to do it all yourself. And we get multiple guys in the lineup that are swinging the bat well, you do have trust in the guy behind you, and you're not trying to do too much. And a lot of it is from the guys we brought in. Randy has a ton of confidence. He has no fear of hitting with 2 strikes. No fear. You see it. He's taking pitches, and I'm like, he has a plan, and he sticks with it. JT, great 2-strike hitter. He's got no fear of getting to 2 strikes, and then he has a plan when we get there. And I think a lot of that is rubbing off on some of our other guys. Again, we do have some guys that have struck out a lot this year. We're getting better in those areas. We're making some adjustments, but a lot has to do with the guys that have come in. They have kind of it's rubbed off on the group, and it's something that we desperately needed. Now it's got to continue. We have a lot of big games ahead of us over the next 6 weeks, and we will have streaks where we win 5, 6, 7 in a row, and we'll lose a couple. We just have to stick with the plan, and the plan is lean on the pitching, have quality at bats, like you said, trust the guy behind you, and keep putting pressure on the opposition, and things will break. We're going to score plenty of runs.
Cal gets 3 hits on first pitch, including those 2 home runs. What do you see out of his approach to be able to go after that
Yeah, Cal's, he's up there. He's hunting pitches. He's got all kinds of power. And if you get to make a mistake, leave the ball in his happy zone, we're really happy because good things happen. Just because he's got so much power. I thought he played an outstanding series for Cal, not just with the bat today, but the game calling and working through situations, understanding. The Mets are a team we don't see much, so it takes a little while to get a feel for him. But the adjustments were there. Made a lot of really good decisions throughout the series.
God, he has 26 homers and 76 RBI, and he does it mostly while catching. I mean, I know he gets some DH days in there, but the fatigue and the beating that he takes to put up those sort of numbers while catching that much. I mean, you played the position. What does it say about what this kid's doing?
I've said it multiple times how much respect I have for him. I know how hard that is to do. When you get pounded by all the foul tips and all the other stuff that happens from when you're behind the plate. Does a great job with our pitching. He throws runners out. He hits for power. He hits in the clutch. He just checks all the boxes. And the value of that, when you have a guy like that behind the plate that everybody's looking at, every pitch, whether you like it or not, that's what you signed up for. He handles it all really well. I think, there's a lot of guys, we talk about the competitiveness of our group, and there's a lot of guys in that really want to win. He might be right at the top of the list. It means so much to him. That we go out and win. And, of course, he wants to be a big part of it on both sides of the ball, but I know he gets really excited we can contribute offensively like he did today. So, again, credit to him. He's in a great spot. We've got to keep him healthy. But right now he wants to play almost every game, and we're going to let him here down the stretch.
Just when you bring guys into the deadline, you probably don't always know how the personalities are going to mix, and it just seems like it's been so instantaneous in terms of the joy and the chemistry with this group and the way that guys have kind of mixed in. What's the process been like, and have you seen the kind of the personalities that have come in mixed with the guys that have already been here?
It's a really good question. When you bring guys in and they're coming from different organizations, how's it all going to mesh and mold together? But I think it's a credit to the environment that we have here, and it's created by our players, the culture we have, how we go about our work, what we value, where our standards are at. And if you are very consistent with that over time, you can bring any player in here and they understand, okay, this is how these guys do it. Okay? And they buy in because you're really consistent with it. So it's credit to our players, our coaches. We have a good process. It's a word that I don't like using that much, but we do. And this is how we do it. We believe in it, and it works. And if you get really talented players that buy in and they really are focused on one thing, and that's winning ball games, big things can happen.
What did you see from Troy Taylor? I know it was a soft landing, but he looked like he's a little pumped up.
Yeah, I thought his heart was going to pop out of his shirt. It was beating that hard, which is very normal. It's a perfect opportunity to get him in the game, in a game like that. I like the stuff. It's certainly a reliever. It's got a little funk to it, but it's got great movement on the fastball. He's got a real slider. He'll continue to get opportunities, but we gotta, be careful. We'll give him opportunities, put him in spots where he can grow, and then hopefully we'll see where it takes us. But he's certainly got the stuff, that's for sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Skip.
Luis, did you ever pitch on Sunday Night Baseball before, and did you have a little extra adrenaline pitching tonight?
Luis, ¿alguna vez has lanzado tú en domingos de la noche y tenía un poco de adrenalina hoy?
Domingo en la noche creo que nunca. Me han tocado muchos juegos de día, pero domingo por la noche no. Más con el uniforme del City Connect y la adrenalina que tuvimos el día de hoy, viendo a todos mis compañeros, especialmente a Roble, que yo creo que es uno de los jugadores que se disfruta más el juego.
I don't think I've ever pitched on Sunday night. A lot of day games, but I think it's first time Sunday night. Add that to the City Connect and the energy that some of my teammates were bringing, especially Robles, who I think is one of the guys that enjoys this game as much as anybody.
There were 2 shutouts, 2 great pitching performances the previous nights. Do you feel that coming in? Do you want to match that sort of energy? And then you gave up the home run. Are you disappointed with that?
De los últimos 2 juegos, ninguna carrera se había dado. Sabiendo que los últimos 2 juegos no habían carreras, ¿te agrega un poco de presión y dejando ese home run no te dio un poquito de coraje o no?
No me dio coraje, ya que el juego estaba prácticamente para nosotros, ya que teníamos mucha la ventaja. Pero yo sé que no me vino a la mente de que tuvimos prácticamente en los juegos anteriores no hubo carrera, pero simplemente salí a dar lo mejor de mí sin pensar en el pasado, sino pensar en el presente.
Yeah, you know, the home run really didn't affect me at all. I mean, I felt like it was the point of the game where, you know, things were starting to swing our way. But in terms of the last two games, you know, I just came in like I normally do, you know, just get ready and get that win. So, you know, the past two shutouts weren't really, you know, in my mind when I came into today.
You got quite a few strikeouts on your fastball today, and quite a few of those looking. Do you feel like the fastball had a little bit of extra life on it today?
Muchos ponches con la recta. Y muchos ponches con nomás los bateadores mirando. ¿Crees que hoy esa recta tuvo un poquito más de vida?
Bueno, en el día de hoy pudimos combinarla con la recta de 2 costuras y la recta de 4 costuras que estaba perfectamente hoy en la posición que nosotros queríamos tirarla, donde el catcher me la pedía. Por eso estaba súper emocionante ver la recta de 4 costuras y las 2 costuras hoy.
Yeah, you know, I think we were doing a good job mixing both fastballs, the 2-seamer and the 4-seamer, which I think the 4-seamer was pretty good. I mean, I think I was placing it exactly where the catcher wanted me to. So having those, I think it was pretty excited to see, you know, the movement those two had.
Do you like getting to pitch with those shadows between you and the hitter? How do you think you took advantage of that?
¿Cómo sentiste tú sentir esos picheos o ver esos picheos con una sombra entre tú y el catcher?
Bueno, para mí fueron perfectamente. Tú sabes que en la sombra, él dice la sombra del sol en medio.
Are you talking about shadow? Like
Yeah.
Yo he escuchado mucho de los bateadores que se le hace difícil ver la pelota cuando tienen esa sombra así. Y yo creo que, bueno, para mí yo nunca pensé en esa sombra durante el juego. No sé si el catcher mío pensó en eso, pero lo que pudimos tener buena actuación.
Yeah, you know, in terms of the shadows, I've heard that, you know, some batters kind of struggle with it, but during the game, you know, I wasn't really thinking about, you know, much of the shadows. If the catcher was, you know, making a game plan based on it, you know, it was executed correctly.
Luis, what's the strength of this rotation? You guys have done just from start to today just amazing things as a group. Where does that come from and why have you been so good as a group?
Es la fortaleza de esta rotación, o sea, ya has visto todo lo que han hecho, lo fuerte que son, pero ¿por qué? ¿Qué es el secreto de esta rotación que tiene ahorita?
El secreto es de la mentalidad positiva que tenemos cada uno de nosotros los abridores, de tratarnos de ayudar cada uno de nosotros. No simplemente yo, que soy el más viejo, tengo que darle opiniones de cualquier picheo o cualquier actividad en el juego, sino que yo también necesito de ellos también, porque somos un equipo. Somos 5 abridores y para mí somos los abridores que estamos más unidos en la temporada. Y yo siempre trato de ayudarlos a ellos y yo como también busco ayuda de ellos también.
Yeah, I think it's the positive mentality that, you know, we have as a group. I mean, I know I'm the oldest in the starting rotation, but when I get out there, you know, a lot of the guys look for me for opinions, but I'm also asking them for help. And to me, I think we're probably one of the strongest rotation in terms of, you know, how close we are in the league. And because of that, I think, you know, bouncing ideas off each other is why we're so successful.
Has he ever corkscrewed a batter into the ground before?
¿Alguna vez has hecho que un bateador así se cae como lo hiciste hoy?
Bueno, lo vi unas cuantas veces cuando jugué con Cincinnati, pero me han dicho muchos de lo personal aquí, de los jugadores también, que cuando él estaba en el piso yo tenía el puño levantado como siempre la levanto y él me dijo de que eso fue increíble.
You know, I've seen it a couple times in Cincinnati, but when it happened, a lot of, you know, teammates here told me that I had my fist up. So, you know, they were all telling me that was kind of incredible.
You hit 1,300 career strikeouts today. What does it mean to you to be able to get to that point in your career then?
Hoy alcanzaste la meta en tu carrera de 1,300 ponches. ¿Qué significa alcanzar algo así en tu carrera?
Bueno, para mí, gracias a Dios que me ha dado la salud y la fortaleza de permitir yo tener todos esos ponches, ya son 1,300, y espero que él me siga dando mucha vida y salud para seguir actuando así como lo estamos haciendo. Y para mí es un logro. Usted sabe que ya ahora mismo 1,300 ponches son muchos. Yo tengo 7 años ya en Grandes Ligas y para mí son muchos.
You know, first, you know, getting that milestone, I just got to thank God for keeping me healthy and me able to hit that. But to me, you know, it's just kind of a big testament, you know, it's a lot. You know, I've been in this league for 7 years, and even 1,300 strikeouts, it's a lot.
You had some great defense behind you today. How much does that help to feel like everyone is a machine kind of working together? Either you're getting them out with strikeouts, but if it goes in the field, it's also an out.
Muy gran defensa hoy en el juego. ¿Qué tanta confianza te da eso sabiendo que están trabajando casi similar como una máquina? O lo poncheas tú, o si se va detrás de ti, sabes que alguien más lo va a tomar control.
Bueno, para mí son esos días perfectos de que la defensa está perfecta, yo estoy perfecto con el queche, yo en el montículo y en el home play. Para mí son esos días perfectos de que nosotros tenemos que disfrutarlo al máximo, porque no todos los días van a ser iguales, siempre hay días malos y días buenos, pero para mí son días perfectos.
Yeah, to me, I would say it's one of those like perfect days, you know. The defense working, me and the catcher working, so everything's clicking, and you get some of those days, you know, where sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and to me, these perfect days, you know, you just gotta kind of have to enjoy them.
And then, you know, having a great defensive catcher is sort of the normal thing, but to have one that can hit as well. Could he talk about Cal's all-around performance today and what it means to a pitcher to have that?
Teniendo un catcher que es muy defensivo, pero teniendo uno que también le gusta pegarle las pelotas, ¿puedes decir un poco de lo que significa él, no nomás de cuando se está cachando a ti, pero también para el equipo?
Bueno, tremendo pelotero, un pelotero que no importa cómo le haya ido en el juego, siempre va con la mentalidad de querer ayudar al pitcher a hacer el mejor trabajo posible durante en el terreno de juego. Para mí son unos momentos maravillosos que con ese joven, sabe que el muchacho joven, para mí es súper maravilloso porque yo nunca, es muy raro la vez cuando yo le chequeo algún picheo, siempre confío en él y yo siempre pienso que él confía en mí. Para mí es súper maravilloso de que ese muchacho esté aquí con nosotros.
You know, he is a great ball player. Tremendous athlete. He's a guy that no matter how he's doing up on the plate, he's going to come behind and catch for me and try to help me as much as I can. I know he's a young guy, but I'm living some wonderful moments with him because he's a guy that I rarely say no to the pitches he has. You know, I have full faith in him, and I know he has full faith in me that I can put the ball or just do whatever he asks me. So right now, you know, he is a great player that I really trust.
He doesn't like it when you say no to his pitches, does he?
A él no le gusta cuando le dices que no, ¿sí? A sus picheos.
Bueno, yo no lo he notado, pero nunca lo he sabido.
I haven't really known it.
Pero si le chequeo por algún motivo, simplemente porque no me gusta el picheo en la situación, pero desde que yo vine aquí a los Marineros, muy pocas veces le he chequeado con él.
Yeah, no, I haven't really noticed. I mean, if it is, you know, I haven't noticed. But I know that if I check one of his pitches, it's because, you know, maybe I didn't like the pitch at that situation. But since I've been here at the Mariners, that's very rare that I've, you know, checked some of his switches or pitches.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.